Happy Valley is back on Wednesday night. 9 races coming up again this week. Welcome to Racing to Win, where we're going to preview the show, all of the racing at the City Circuit on Wednesday night. So, got the boys in the studio to talk us through things. Paul Lally and Tom Wood. And Tom, what are some of the highlights?
Yeah, well, the French theme mark continues at Happy Valley on Wednesday night down in the beer garden, but on the track, the Class 2 over the trip of 1650 is probably the highlight with Helene Feeling. Telecom Fighters, the last winner, could get a soft lead again. Telecom Fighters and horses that have been performing well, like California Totality, last start winner, and Soleil Fighter ran really well, and he returns to his favourite track. He does. He's up in distance this week from the 1400 metres. Paul Lally joins us as well. Can you spice it with some jackpots?
We can. Yep. There's the the triple trio. We can do it with that one. 3.8 million going to that. That should get over the 8 million mark. And also the quartet first 4 merge pool in the last. $1 million going into that one. So a couple of good jackpots there.
Absolutely, a bit of money floating around. Before we get into Happy Valley on Wednesday night, special presentation held at Sha Tin on Saturday. Tony Cruz, an unusual feat, 2,500 wins as both a trainer and a jockey. And a presentation was made to Hong Kong's great horseman.
Can this be the final capping of a brilliant career? It will be. Super Team well clear for Tony Cruz, number 946. And what a career comes to a close in a very happy way. Happy occasions, and it's time for the special presentation to Tony Cruz, and you can hear immediately the warm sentiments and appreciation of the crowd here on track.
The champion trainer is Tony Cruz.
Horse of the year, 精英大師.
Horse of the year, Silent Witness.
Horse of the year, Bullish Luck.
Horse of the year, Exultant.
Of course, it's fantastic to reach this milestone. It brings back a lot of fantastic memories from which I started my racing career. And, well, you know, I always like to thank the Hong Kong Jockey Club for doing this presentation and this recognition.
Indeed, no, many thanks to them, of course. And what about the future, Tony, going forward? I mean, that's 2,500. How many more can we expect from Tony Cruz?
Well, I feel fantastic. Well, I still have the hunger to win races, especially in Hong Kong and overseas. And I'm really looking forward for the next season.
He's not stopping anytime soon, listening to that, Tom, and there's been no stopping him lately either, especially around Happy Valley.
No, the stable's been going exceptionally well again this season. You can see the numbers through his HK training career anyway, 1,554 with a strike rate of around about 10.1, and we saw a few of those horses through that montage, Paul, that he's had down through the years, and that's only just scratching the surface, really.
It is, isn't it? He's had a fantastic career, both in the saddle and also you know, as a trainer here in Hong Kong, so many more years to come.
Are there winners on this list, Paul?
I think there is. I quite like California Totality. Waiwai's drawn a bit wide. Parents Love, look, he keeps going through the grades. Lavero can be, sometimes he can pop up at a big price.
And he's got Star Saddle would need to improve a little bit on what he's shown to date so far. But season's going along well for Tony. Probably doesn't quite have the star power at the moment of yesteryears, but he'll be looking for that next champion for sure.
He He will indeed. So 1,554 as a trainer, 946 as a jockey to get the combined 2,500 wins. Meeting details, great shot above Happy Valley. B course on Wednesday night, 6:40 the first, and we go through until 10 minutes to 11. Races 4 and 9 are the two that are being previewed. The fourth race has Helene Feeling top weight again, but he's been racing well. Nimble Nimbus comes out of group racing. He's a four-time course and distance winner. Telecom Fighters won on the all-weather last time, but loves the 1650 at the Valley. California Totality, second time at Happy Valley for him. Soleil Fighters had a great season. CP Brave, on the other hand, races better at Sha Tin. And Woodfire Bro, just a touch out of form at the moment, but does have a good record over the 1650. Easy one here, Paul, with Telecom Fighters in the race.
Yeah, look, at last start out on the all-weather, he stacked them up and he sprinted home. I'm sure he'll want to do something similar. But Soleil Fighter likes to go forward. California Totality likes to go forward as well. Woodfire Brave from an inside draw. CP Brave, Helene Feeling, Nimble Nimbus. So small field, I think everyone will get their chance.
We head straight to Nick now with our first interview on the show. It's with the trainer of Soleil Fighter. It's David Hayes.
David, Soleil Fighter, let's talk about the gift that keeps on giving, shall we? Another good run last time at a track that he's not as favourable with, but back to the Valley.
Yes, his record at the Valley's first class. His lead-up race after a short break, after winning the Happy Valley Challenge, was excellent, and I think he'll be hard to beat with Zach on.
When you look at that race last time, obviously traditionally Sha Tin form is that little bit stronger than Happy Valley form per se. I mean, behind a horse like Invincible Shield and Co, I mean, that's very strong form.
Yeah, and he was kicking back and right there. So, and he went into that race with improvement left in him. So, back at the Valley with the run under his belt, he should be very hard to beat.
It's interesting you say that. I mean, he started the season off at 64. He's up to 87. I mean, in an ideal world, I'm sure you'd be hoping there is more to come. You're confident that there is, though?
Yeah, I am. The way he's getting around, it wouldn't surprise me if he, got through 100. So he's healthy, he's well. He had a slow start in Hong Kong, but he's really made his ground up now.
I mean, as you well know, obviously with a horse perhaps of slightly lesser ability per se than the likes of, say, Red Majesty, when they do like it around here, it's key, isn't it? It's a key component, really.
I think you copy and paste a lot, and because there's a lot of horses that don't really handle it, and as you said earlier, it tends to be that 10% easier.
Yeah. You've got Zach on, of course, never a bad thing. He's riding a few for you on Wednesday night.
Yes. Nice to get him, isn't it? He's got the choice of 1,000 horses, so if he can ride 5 of mine, it's good.
There he is, David Hayes, talking Soleil Fighter. Tom, you're a bit keen on him too on Wednesday night.
Yeah, made him the best, Mark, coming up. He raced handy up outside the leader last time out, Invincible Shield, who was beaten at the weekend, but I thought he had every chance there, but the key is coming back to Happy Valley. That's a big positive for him. It's where he's performed best, and he's got a lightweight to be able to figure. Yeah,
he was the DBS Manulife $1 million challenge winner, wasn't he?
Yep.
And he's gone through the series there. He just keeps winning. He's got Zach Purton aboard. He's one of the major chances for sure.
California Totality. Paul, we know he's a really good horse and he loves to scrap. 1,800 metres this win last time. Do you have any concerns coming back to the 1650? Not in the small field. If it was a bigger field, then maybe. He's been around Happy Valley once before, and that was over the 1,800 metres when he got second to Speed Dragon. I think he's just going to get the cushy run in behind, and he's a horse that can sprint. So, look, I'm not too worried about the distance from.
We know the form out of the race has been good because Bundle Award, of course, came out and won the Queen Mother Memorial Cup after that effort, and he'll be one of the leading chances coming to the final Group 1 of the season at the end of the month, and you can see his record there. 6 wins from 19, and really is confirming more, Mark, that some of this 4-year-old series and Derby form really is coming to the fore.
Certainly is. He'll be looking to add to that. Will California Totality with another win at the Valley. Telecom Fighters, he loves a win around the Valley, Tom, and so much so he went to Sha Tin on the all-weather last time. Relished the 1650 there too. Yeah, well, he's now a winner on the Dirty. He'd had multiple placings leading up to this win, and he probably gets a reasonable lead here to suggest that with the 1-2-2 on his back, he could be a tough horse to run down here again. He carried 132 this day. He was there to be shot down. Of course, Lucky Touch was in this race. He's been placed again, never peter out, went round at the weekend. So some useful form around him with a lightweight.
Yeah, look, Angus Chung really rated him well there, and he'll be trying to do something similar here at Happy Valley. It's a 7-time winner here at the Valley as well. So, you know, this is his favourite course. So I'm going to keep him in on a minor line in the small field.
And Angus was guest on the show on Racing to Win last week, if you want to go back on YouTube and find that chat. Nimble Nimbus, Paul, Chungfa trial, 1,000 metres, was actually quite good for a stayer.
Yeah, look, he did stay on quite nicely there. He had something to chase at, didn't he? Look, I'm not sure exactly where he's at the moment. He comes back here to Happy Valley. He has a 4-time course and distance winner, though, so he does like it round here.
Yeah, he certainly does, so we'll see what he can do. He's obviously been racing in stronger races than probably what he meets here. Group 2 Chairman's Trophy last start, raced handy, never really got involved, and prior to that he's been around in Class 1, Group 3, Group 1 level behind Romantic Warrior. So the trial wasn't bad, just needs to find his best foot again.
That is a breakdown of runners in the Class 2 race. Paul, who are you with?
Well, the 2 horses that are rated 87 here. I've got California Totality to beat. Salil Fighter, won't be much between them. Helene Feeling's got to give, he's got to carry the weight. He's got 135, but he's a 2-time winner around this course and distance, as is Telecom Fighters, who's won 7. So he'll be trying to steal it from the front like he did last start. 4-5-1-3.
Soleil Fighter goes on top. He's won 3. He's placed 4 times from 9 course and distance, so he's always there or thereabouts. Zach Purton, David Hayes, 5 to beat 1, of course, Helene Feeling, the January Cup winner, ran well 2 starts ago behind Void Samurai. Was only beaten a length and a half behind California Totality last start, and does meet him £6 better here. California Totality in for 3rd. He goes up £6 for that last start win, and Telecom Fighters off the front needs to be kept safe. 5, 1, 4 and 3.
It is break time right now on Racing to Win. We'll come back with plenty more to preview right after this. Welcome back. You are tuned to Racing to Win as we make our way through Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Before we look at the last race, it is time for Paul's last run reminder. It's a horse, Paul, out of a stable that had a good night last Wednesday night at the Valley, and this was a huge performance by Glory B last start.
Yeah, look, he's really found form, this horse. He won 3 starts ago. He's backed up with a couple of really close seconds. You can see him there. He drew, it wasn't a bad draw from him, but he sort of got stuck wide. You can see around this first bend, he ended up being 4 wide. He just couldn't get in. Just the way the race panned out wasn't good for him. He was wide all the way, and he was entitled to drop off here, but he really stayed on. And what was beaten only a short margin by Fatal Blow and those blue colours coming down the outside. Now, Everstar's come out of this race and won in those green colours, and also Loving Vibes has come out and won as well. So it looks like a really strong form race that he's come out of.
So he's a warranted last run reminder. Race 7, number 7, Glory B. From Barry at number 4 of the Douglas White stable. On we go to race number 9 now, and we've got this a Class 3 over the 1200. It's an extended rating Class 3, so Lucky 8 carries an extra £6 on his last start placing. It means Crimson Flash has an extra £12 on his back after his last start. When Andrea at Zany 2 wins off 100 in Hong Kong. Storm Riders placed 2 from 3 course and distance. Wukong Jewellery has his first Hong Kong start. He's had 5 trials, one over the 1400 at Sale. Northern Fireball, a last start winner up in grade. Same said for Sky Cap, and King Excellente, 3-time course and distance winner, but unfortunately just has struggled a little bit in this grade so far. It worked for Northern Fireball last time, Paul leading, but will he get as easy a run in front this week?
I don't think he will, because Sky Cap led all the way last time. He's drawn wide. He's going to try and come across. Poor Lucky 8 has no luck with the draws either, and he's another one that will try and get across. The blinkers went on Crimson Flash last time and really worked a treat for him. Storm Rider, he's been consistent without winning recently from barrier 5. He can get him behind the leaders, Nordic Dragon, Storming Dragon. King Isolante from a wide draw. Star Satter, he hasn't shown too much early speed.
Crimson Flash is our focus. Here is Nick with his trainer, Mark Newnham.
Mark Noonan, your smart 3-year-old Crimson Flash is going to the races again at Happy Valley on Wednesday night, and mightily impressive last time and winning.
Yeah, look, he's always shown good natural talent. When he arrived in Hong Kong, he'd only had 1 previous start, so he hadn't had a lot of exposure. His first run at Happy Valley and blinkers on did the job. Andrea was you know, he adapted to what happened in front of him. The horse wasn't quickly away, and he's had a little bit of a habit of doing that. So jumps quickly, it's much easier for him to get on pace. He's got natural speed, but they adapted well to what was in front of them, and horse and jockey did a good job.
And with all that in mind, I mean, what was very impressive, I suppose, well, I certainly thought so, was the way he's rushed home. I mean, he's got that electric turn of foot.
Yeah, and look, and that's one thing about him. He's got natural speed, and you know where he uses that in the race will be determined on how he jumps. But he's certainly come on well since that race, and he's trialled well.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the trial. I mean, he's looked good there. Andrea had a sit on him. Was he happy with him?
Yeah, very. And you know, he used his speed in the trial and controlled it from the front. Was still strong all the way to the line. So no, he's a horse with a bit of upside.
You've got to the 37 winner mark this season, Mark, and homing in on 40. Season's going well?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, it's been really good. You know, we could finish off strongly. We've got a few of these newer horses to step out, you know, between now and the end of the season. So, you know, if they can get, you know, a few runs into them and toughen them up for next season.
I imagine that's the exciting part, isn't it? Especially for you and owners and all the team. I mean, you know, you get these nice young horses and keeps the dream alive for next year and bigger targets.
Yeah, well, you have to, you know, if you're going to be competitive here, you've got to have a good stream of horses coming in. And generally, wherever you start, you know, it does take probably 3 or 4 seasons to establish a stable. And, you know, we've been able to, you know, get good numbers on the board already, but you know, some of those horses we started with will retire at the end of this year, and we've got a good influx of horses coming, so it's looking bright for the next season or two after this year, but we'd still like to finish this one off strongly.
There he is, Mark Newnham talking Crimson Flash. Tom, he goes up 12 pounds in weight for the win. It's because of the extended rating band that it's more than usual. Is that a concern for you?
I don't think it is. Just the manner that he did it last time out really did steam home with a sense of purpose last time out. The form out of the race has been good, Paul, with King Miles since running second. Chateau Neuf was there, and he won the other day as well. And I don't think there's any concern with the extra weight.
No, look, blinkers on, came to Happy Valley, was a winning combination. I think they'll try and keep him here as long as they can.
Lucky 8, Paul, you mentioned about the barrier draws. Despite that, he's been racing so well. Here he's running second last time, barrier 11 this week at 131 pounds.
Yeah, just unfortunately, this looks like he might be trapped wide, but he's such an honest horse. He tries his heart out all the time, this one. It's just barrier 11.
He was on the seed course last start here, and he was wide going into that first turn until he eventually got up on the outside of the leader down. He just missed there, so I'm still willing to entertain him for sure.
Now, Storm Rider, Tom, he's been getting closer and closer to winning one at Happy Valley, but he just keeps finding one to stop him. It was Golden Empire 2 starts ago, and then this one, Happy Fat Cat, holds him off here, and Happy Fat Cat's been absolutely flying.
Ever since they put Antoine Hamlin on Happy Fat Cat, he's been getting the horse to jump consistently and win, and that was to the detriment in the end of Storm Rider, who couldn't get past him. Did end up dead heating here with Spicy Gold. The judge couldn't separate them. He was 3 wide down the side. He should get a reasonable run, but always just found him, Paul, to be a bit of a gunner sometimes.
Yeah, look, I think he'll get into the trail right in behind or one out, one back. So he's going to get his chance once again. I tend to agree with you, though. I'm going to put him in, but not on top.
We heard in the first part of the show, Nick interviewed David Hayes and referenced that he's been able to get Zach this week. We'll have a look at the stats for them both shortly, Paul. But 13 wins around Happy Valley. He's had a great season, but a lot of placings at the Valley, so gone close plenty of times. He
has. He's gone really close. Been a bit unlucky with some of his runners as well, but he's had such a good season, David Hayes, and it's good to see. And look, when he teams up with Zach, you can see for yourself a 26.5% win rate.
Certainly, but obviously 8 of those have been provided there, of course, by Ka-Ying Rising through the year. And we look at Soleil Fighter, Sight Happy. He's certainly a chance coming up, of course, Wednesday night. Bienvenue. Lean Hero, definitely not the worst again, I think. Paul, he stayed on well last start from a long way back.
Yeah, it was a good finish from him, definitely. And Bienvenue, as you just said, was just beaten last time.
Semicand on the 7-day backup. He was pretty heavily punted last Wednesday night too. But we move on, Paul, to Sky Cap, who wins last start. Down in grade. This was Class 4 where he has raced best. He's just struggled a little bit in Class 3, but does bring winning form back up.
He does. He's got barrier 9 with a lot of pace underneath him, and that was my biggest concern. He sort of dominated from the front here, but sort of Mega Bonus, who's running around. This is a lot harder, I thought.
And he hasn't performed overly well in Class 3 through his career already. He's had 4 starts in the grade, hasn't run top 3, so has shown he has struggled in this grade. Sometimes horses win and they get that confidence they can go on with it, but I'm not sure from barrier 9.
This one, we don't know how he goes in Class 3, Tom, because he's yet to go up, but he was given a lovely run in front this night by Jerry Chow and just sprinted home 109.55 for the 1200. We heard from Paul there may be more pressure this week.
Yeah, and that would be the concern. Obviously got everything go his way this time around 35 days ago when he pinched a bit of a break here in the straight, and they couldn't catch him in the end. So he's drawn low. He's going to get that nice run into the first turn, but I think there's going to be some pressure once they get to that first turn, Paul, that just could see him undone.
Yeah, I tend to agree. So, look, I didn't get him in there. I'm happy to watch him his first time here on Class 3.
John Sires has a first starter. It's a jewellery horse. Sky Jewellery made a debut in stunning fashion and got on with it this season. 5 trials. He was St Albans for Kieran Ma. This one he runs second behind Victory Moments, and that's him in the pink trial. Pink colours in this trial. Has he done enough for you to go in, Paul?
No, look, I'm happy just to watch him here on debut. He's 11.53 pounds. Look, as he's had the 5 trials. Sometimes John Sires horses improve for the trial, but there was nothing wrong with the trial.
Want to see what he can do first up. Like the way he finished off there, but he did win on a rain-affected track over an extended 1,400 metres in Australia. So he was a bit slow out in that trial too. In fact, he didn't show a great deal of speed, and his prior trial he had jumped better. But want to see what he can do on a surface that's on top of the ground.
A wait-and-see approach for the boys with Wukong Jewellery in the last. Who are you not waiting for, though, Paul?
Crimson Flash, I think he can win again. Blinkers went on, came to Happy Valley, was impressive. I know he's up in weight, but I think he can do it. Storm Rider, always, he's never far away. Stormy Dragon, I think, will get the race run to suit. He won't be too far away. I'm going to put old Ballistic Win in coming back here to Happy Valley. He's only had the one go here before, so can't say he doesn't like it. And he does come in with a lightweight and a good draw. 2, 3, 5 and 9.
I think Crimson Flash, despite the big impost and weight that he's got this time round, is still the horse to beat for Mark Newnham and Andrea Razzini. The form around him's good, and has won that trial recently leading into Wednesday night. Lucky 8, I think he shouldn't be ruled out here from that draw of barrier number 11. Hopefully they can get in and tuck in as close to the rail as they possibly can. Storm Rider for David Hayes and Zach Purton, of course, we saw that record with those two before. Of course, only 7 wins for Kaying Rising for Zach because he was away for one of them, but he's been there or thereabouts without winning. And Nordic Dragon, I thought, ran home well last start. Hasn't won for a long time. He's so well rated. He is a 5-time course and distance winner. Antoine Hamlin from a low draw. 2, 1, 3 and 4.
There you have it, race number 9 previewed. You can find all of the races previewed on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video. But, Paul, we need your best bets.
I'm going to go one. We made the last run reminder. Glory Be, I thought it was impressive run last time. Just to remind you, you can see it there on the outside. He was wide when he came out of the stalls. He was wide around the first bend. It's a really strong form race. Loving Vibes has come out and won. Everstar's come out and won as well. And look, he was only beaten on the bob in the end by Fatal Blow. So look, a really good run, and I think he's ready to win. Glory Be once again. And Rich Horse, look, he's got no form, this horse, but he is improving. He did arrive in the 60s rating, and he's right down in the ratings now. And we'll do the QQP in race 3 as the plays 1, 4 and 5. Sunday Serenade, Our Lucky Glory, and Midori Fuji.
Best of Soleil Fighter in the 4th, number 5 for Zach Purton and David Hayes. Valley with the Top Peak. Now he's the son of Swiss Ace. The crossover noseband is going on. 4th last time out, 5th to Jolly Ruler last start, stayed on there. And Lucky 8, Crimson Flash, Storm Rider to play for race number 9.
Best bet, Joy of Spring, 1 for 1 course and distance. Barrier number 1, strong trial since Alexi Bedell and Casper Founds, the combination with him. Sure Joyful. Wide draw last time. Last time he had gate 3. He was mixing it with some nice horses up in Class 3. Back in a grade, he has a really good record in. And a QQP for the play of the day, race 8. 2 Rocket Spade, 3 Excellence Value, and the stablemate of Rocket Spade, Joy of Spring. Here is the diary, Tom, about what is upcoming over the next 7 or 8 days.
Mixture of Class 3, 4, 5 coming up Sunday. Sha Tin simulcast race as well, and 3 dirt races too, Paul.
Yeah, so mixed bag. Something for everyone there on Sunday.
Always something for everyone when it comes to Hong Kong racing. Big thanks to the boys, big thanks to you too. We'll see you at the Valley for the first at 6:40.